What?
I think that's enough of that. Hello.
No sound.
My hair.
Apparently they can't hear.
I have hair. I also have a dog. So everyone say hello to Rebel. It's a dog called Rebel.
Scum.
He's the Rebel Scum. What? I can hear you. Who can't you hear? So no one can hear Cerberus, but can you hear me okay, guys?
Yeah.
Guys in the chat, can you hear me? Fail safe, I'm talking to you and Finley. Isn't it past your bedtime, Finley? So, yeah, I'm not in my usual studio lounge. I'm actually over at my girlfriend's tonight. Lavender Blue. Hello.
Hello. I did. There you go. You get to see my hand.
Yeah, just appeared on screen for just a moment.
Oh my good. What the heck? Okay, I hate Windows. I officially hate Windows. I'm back. I'm here. Hi everybody. Hi. Apologies for the silence.
Can you hear him?
Yes,
Everyone?
I'm fairly sure they can. I've got a.
You're fairly sure. So that's like a 0% chance because it's Windows and a live stream, and there are always audio issues. Come on, chat.
Ah,
Come on, tell me you can hear me. He's there.
Can anyone hear Cerberus? We know you can.
What?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've got confirmation. We can hear you,
Marvellous.
Cerb.
So for some reason, OBS Studio decided that it would default to a different audio input for me. So that was good of it, wasn't it? That was good. So evening, everybody. We were just saying that yeah, there was a chicken thing, and it was really, really funny. Honestly, it was the funniest thing. Like, I was telling jokes, I was cracking wise. It was awesome. It was really good. Oh dearie me, I hate.
As long as nobody asks why we have a rubber chicken head,
I
we're
hate
fine.
computers. We have an extra heckler tonight. Oh,
Yeah, we do have an extra heckler.
over behind me we have traditional heckler, BlueVelvet.
Hello!
Who evidently needs to take more water with it. Behind Winter Blue we have extra heckler, Lavender. Hi Lavender. Lavender FPV.
Hello, extra heckler!
Oh god, now the hecklers are going to talk to each other. It's chaos. What?
Well, they have to meet at some
We're
point.
going to start
What-
talking about
what have we done?
behind you.
They're going to talk about what?
I don't know, curtains, interior
How are you
decorating,
going to talk about
gardening,
curtains and gardening?
stuff like that.
I'm sure
Just
there
talk
are
over. You carry on.
I'm not saying a word. There we go. There we go. So, so what was I saying? I was saying hello, Winter Blue. You need to move to your left 6 inches. There you go. Just right. I was saying
happy with
hello, chat. How are you doing? Yes, I was talking to myself, Finley. It happens. Failsafe. Good evening. How are you doing? Squeaky FPV is out there in chat, and we're going to be talking to him momentarily on the show. We are. It's a thing.
It'll be
Will
exciting.
very exciting. I've not got my ducks anywhere near in a row tonight after that that terrible intro. But I'm going to give you a sneak peek of why we're going to be talking to Mr. Squeaky FPV. Oh, his logo's offset. That's good. Well done, Serbs. Look at all those SMA spinners. We're going to talk about those in a little while, and you could be winning a prize.
Finley, the answer to your question is no, she's not an FPV pilot, at least not yet. There's plenty of time for that.
I'm liking the way that on on my studio feed, I can see Lavender's just kind of creeping ahead into the picture, but because the live feed is slightly cropped, she's getting away with it. She's really sneaky. Yes, Rebel, you can heckle too. Oh my god, what a show! Right, let's talk FPV because I sense it's all going south on us very quickly. Who'd like to talk about crashing a quad?
Oh, yes, because that's always the best thing I've ever done in my life.
See, I'd like to talk about this because this has annoyed me this week. Things that have annoyed me this week. Dangerous flying car drone zoomed into UK's Gatwick Airport airspace after kill switch failed. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I have seen that. So it was in 2019, Goodwood or something.
Goodwood Festival of Speed.
And it was a man-capable aircraft, so it wasn't small. It's not like your typical 5-inch. You couldn't just throw it on a backpack. Although that would be quite entertaining. Basically the thing, they lost control of the thing, and it just went off on its own.
Do you know why they lost control of it?
Moronicness of moronic
We'll
land.
discuss the build quality momentarily, and you won't be happy. They were using, I think, Crossfire. I think they had a Crossfire, and they had it set to 915.
That's what O2 uses.
So they had it set. I think they were from Australia or something. So they just rocked up and tried to connect on 915, and it all went very badly wrong. And it just took off. There was no fail-safe set, so the fail-safe was just go full throttle. So it went to like 60 billion feet in the sky into Gatwick airspace. Now, before we go, oh no, I've lost the link. Oh, that was a shame. Oops. Oh well. I'm failing. I've lost the link to something I was going to talk about, so that's a sign that we will not talk about it. This, ladies and gentlemen, this is what they call soldering. This is on a manned drone. Oh,
that XT60 is on the wrong way
FPVG
round.
says no, it was R9. Yeah, probably, because that would be even worse if it was R9. So it was R9, and they were using 915 instead of 868, which is just crazy. The XT60 is upside down because
which is scary. Is it positive or negative? You'll never know.
They've evidently forgotten 1.5. Who knows what that is? So they've cut the track and then tried to hand solder it to the board, and then this is, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Potato. Absolute garbage. And they were allowed to fly that. They got clearance from the proper authorities to fly that. That's terrible. I am genuinely disgusted by that. So I'm throwing it out to chat. What do you think? Because
it's terrible. I think part of the problem is certainly back in 2019 there wasn't a great deal of vetting or knowledge about how these things should look. In the testers would look at it and go,
it's not good, is it? It's really not good. I mean, to be able to put that into the air. FPVG says the pilot had 20 hours total flight experience and had 1 hour in the last 30 days prior to the flight.
Wow, that's not enough. How did they
get permission? How do you, be a company that's building a manned drone, not do the basics of a fail-safe check? What happens if we lose control, if we lose connection to this gigantic thing capable of carrying a person into the sky? They shouldn't be in business. I'm disgusted by that. I have no opinion to share other than I am disgusted. They should go to prison for putting a bad name on the hobby. Yes, Finley, they should.
Yeah.
They're very naughty.
Should.
And yes. That was my news, because that was my news. DJI FPV drone, what do you know?
It's made by DJI. I know they've released. I know there's been some sneaky peek stuff come out today or yesterday, but alas, I've been a little busy so I haven't been able
There's
to check
at least
it out.
a couple of people are never getting pre-production units from DJI ever again. There are NDAs being thrown on the fire by people, not quite sure what they think they're going to gain. Perhaps internet fame by being the first to break cover.
Probably.
FPVG says they claimed they did a radio check the day before and it was all okay. Yes, define all okay.
Yeah, maybe O2 didn't have their nearest cell tower turned on at that particular moment they did their radio
Well, it was
check.
at the Festival of Speed, wasn't it? So you've got like how many thousand people there with their mobile phones on, and they're going,
Yeah.
R9's great, and I'm on 5 hertz, megahertz, gigahertz, whatever the hertz are.
1.21 gigahertz. Do you know what? I'm just going to have a nostalgia moment. I remember as a kid playing around with radio controlled cars on 27 megahertz with antennas that were like the length of my house, and having a range of about 5 feet before someone rang one of the cheap wireless doorbells that were like £100 at the time. And then the thing would just career into the curb and smash itself to bits.
I'm old enough. I remember the bad old days of crystals.
Crystals.
Yeah, and to put a crystal in your radio. I think I might still have one.
What, crystal
radio, like on my shelf of display things.
I'm sure the BlueVelvet's got loads of crystals.
She has, and they're all for sale at reasonable prices. RC Mainnet says the radio check was probably does it arm while stood next to it. Yeah, probably that was probably what the check. Can you throttle it up? Yes. What happens if you turn off the transmitter? Don't know, never tried it. Ding. I'm being heckled. Picture of the fortnight. The picture of the fortnight this fortnight was the craziest thing you have seen in your goggles. So send us a screen grab of your DVR. So far, I think all of the entries are in. Yes.
Let's have a quick look. I've only had a quick scan through them.
Right, well, we will, after we have spoken to our guest and done tip of the week, we will do the picture of the fortnight. So if you still have a picture of the fortnight and you're feeling fruity, get it emailed to me. FPVG, you have a lot of information on this. He says the CAA turned up on he or she, I don't know, could be a she, turned up on the day of the flight, asked for a test flight, and the company who created it claimed there wasn't enough time.
What?
And this,
How long does it take to throw a LiPo in something
and
and
the
turn it on?
CAA let them fly it? Really? Just really? That's an outrage. I am outragooed. Outragooed. I need a beer, darling. If I was to say it was your round,
Serve. Lavender offers you beer.
But cider.
Oh, this is
cider.
Strawberry and cream. Strawberry and cream cider.
strawberry. Oh, that sounds nice.
Strawberry and lime cider.
Strawberry and cream. It's a no from BlueVelvet on the strawberry and cream. Oh, now my camera doesn't focus.
That's some Doom Bar.
Biscuit.
It's focused. It's not going to focus.
You fuck.
I got a bottle of Doom Bar. Anyone would think that my girlfriend's trying to get you drunk, Cerberus.
Oh, dear me. What's going on? What's going
Cerberus
on?
finally got drunk.
Yes, the soldering vid. Oh,
Oh
thank
my
you.
goodness. Cerberus, what do you feel about moonshine?
I don't think I've ever had actual real moonshine.
Oh, I need to turn off the blurry screen effect. Hang on a sec. Turn that off.
25% by volume. Crikey, oh, blimey!
It's
Look at
very
that.
nice.
This is my plastic camping cup that fits a bottle of beer. Perfect. Ow! Sorry about that. Oh, it's all gone very low energy suddenly, all of a sudden, for some reason.
Finley wants to try it. Finley, you're not old enough to drink.
You're only
let alone
little.
vote.
I think we need to pump the energy up. Pump it up. Pump it up a little more. Pump it. Do you know how we're going to
So,
pump the energy up?
So, do you like Brussels
No.
sprouts?
Don't be silly. They're like
So I happen to have in my
tiny
hand,
bits
just
of
here,
cabbages.
a tiny bottle of Brussels sprout flavoured gin.
I'm gonna say you can keep that. That's all yours. That's all yours.
Don't say you weren't offered.
It was it's offered and rejected. Cheers, chat. Thank you very much for joining us. Failsafe says he can vote in about 10 days. Just don't vote for Biden.
Wrong country.
Oh yeah. Right. I think
Any views on that note? Any views expressed by any participant or member of our guest or audience are unique to them. Please don't sue us. We're not responsible for people's views and opinions.
don't vote for any of them. Doesn't matter who you vote for. A politician always wins. Right. It's time, I think, to talk to our special guest. Do you think we should talk to our special guest?
I think so.
All right then.
He looks excited.
I'm gonna click on this. There we go. It's a Squeaky FPV. Hello, dude. How you doing?
Right, yeah, I'm not bad. You?
Yeah, good. Well, yeah, just about. I'm still suffering from my vaccine. I'm telling you. I'm sure I am.
Is that your first one or what?
First one. First jab of the Oxford, which was on Wednesday. So like coming up to like a week now, and we both had like the flu for a couple of days afterwards, which were like, that's fine, expected. It was mild, wasn't terrible, but I feel exhausted still. Don't know why.
Lavender felt exactly the same when she had hers.
Really?
Yeah. I had the Pfizer one. Was it?
I had Oxford. Squeaky, you've had one as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've had both of mine.
Which one did you have?
I had the Pfizer one.
The Pfizer one.
Yeah.
So apparently the Oxford one isn't as good, but I don't believe it. I think it's just Emmanuel Macron being silly. Let's stop talking about politics. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Squeaky FPV. Mr. Squeaky FPV, we've brought you on.
I've got a really important question.
Mm-hmm.
Squeaky FPV, can you squeak?
Don't make him squeak.
Well, you'll find out, okay?
Okay.
So Squeaky, you've done a rather wondrous thing. You have put together a little competition for us for the show this fortnight. So tell us a little bit about that and what the contest is and what people could win.
So the contest is pretty much guess the amount of SMA spinners that I've done over the past probably week or so. The only way that you can enter it is obviously if you're in the chat and watching it. So just get your entries in by the end of it, and then we'll find someone. And the prize is a GoPro mount of your choice or anything else, pretty much within reason.
Anything else? Something that will fit on your print bed.
Yeah, just normal size printer, that's all.
So you've actually got a bit of a sideline going on, haven't you? Of being able to print stuff off for people that are not endowed with a printer.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just anyone that basically wants anything doing, they just send it over and then I'll do it. So yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
I've got a quick question.
Yep.
Did you watch our After Dark show?
I did. I was on it. Well, I was in the chat. Bit. Yeah.
Okay.
No, exactly what
Checking.
you're on about. Yeah, that's it.
So Clive's got his guess in already. So we know you're a 3D printer, Squeaky,
Yeah.
and you're very good at it. So tell us a little bit about FPV. When did you start in the hobby?
Oh God, probably started about 4 years ago. Just on the normal, like crapping dart tricks inside the house, being a bit bored, and then just basically progressed. Been flying acro probably about 2 years now.
Oh right, okay. So where'd you get out and fly?
Anywhere I can, really.
Anywhere.
I live in Windsor, but then again, I can't really fly in the Great Park because of obviously the security and everything.
Yeah, you might get slightly arrested. That would be bad. We don't want that.
Program a wing to do an INAV mission over Windsor Castle. No, don't do
No,
that.
don't do that. Don't do that. Definitely don't do that. That sounds like a stray cat coming in. That could cause trouble. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. So what's your favourite thing in an FPV? Racing? Are you a freestyler? Do you fly loads of wangs? You like wangs?
Pretty much just like freestyle. So anything and everything.
Don't know what wang is.
Hey?
Oh my goodness.
Virgin. Flying virgin.
Flying Virgin. Sorry. Lavender doesn't know what a wang is.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. There you go.
Okay.
No, you know.
When the tip of the week presenter bails you out with a wang on hand. Winterblue doesn't do well with wangs, Lavender. He generally parks them in the top of trees.
And sets fire to them.
Sets fire to them. Yes, we have had to go chasing across the golf course for a wing on fire.
That was funny. We'll tell that story later.
Cool. Right.
Brilliant.
So we've got a few guesses coming in. It's going to be closest to it. So here we go. Let's have another look at the SMA spinners. There they are. It's a pile of SMA spinners printed by the rather wonderful Squeaky FPV. You've got to guess how many.
What are they printed
How many
in?
spinners?
TPU.
So they're a bit flexible. They're really handy things to have, actually. They're surprisingly handy. So yeah, maybe if you win, you could order like a bunch of those, or a gimbal protector, or a GoPro case, or anything like that. You can order from Squeaky FPV's wonderful 3D printing emporium.
Lavender reckons there's 38.
That's from a tiny trainer.
It is.
Now what I want is one of those fixed at 35 degrees, because the stock one is just a bit too pointy upwards for me, because I'm a bit of a Jessie. 98, 47. Nobody's hit it on the head yet. Nobody's nailed it. Somebody.
No one's even actually that near.
Nobody's even that close, are they? So keep guessing, folks, in the chat, and the winner we will put together with Mr. Squeaky FPV after the Clive. After the show, we will put you together with the winner, and sort out a prize for you. That's put me right off my potatoes. That has. Sorry. Does Squeaky FPV?
Is postage is included.
Postage is included.
So it's free postage.
Wowzers! There you go. You can't say fairer than that, folks. So get guessing. First Save FPV says, "Do you do designing, and when does it end? The designing or the?"
It depends how complicated it is. Don't forget, I do work full time as well.
I should point out that Failsafe is actually your competition, because I happen to know that he is also in the 3D printing
Does he do a bit of 3D printing as well?
And he does do some design work. So
cool.
Good. Well, we can get the two of them together then, and they can compare notes and help each other out. That'd be really good.
And we can't get Failsafe on at all because he's not over the age of 18. Because he's only a minor, he's only a little boy.
We appeal to a broad audience. Ruben Graham, hello and welcome to the show. Who else? Matt Behrman, Clive's joined us, Rounds 81. We've got a few people joining us. That's great. That's really good. So, Squeaky FPV, is there anything else I need to get you to add?
Nope, I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, colours I've currently got are red, green, blue and black.
Red, green, blue and black. So there you go, folks.
Oh, and yellow.
And yellow. Red, green, blue, black and yellow are your choices of colours that he's got on the shelf that you can have printed if you can guess how many SMA spinners are in the photo.
Which we'll now show you.
Got precisely 34 minutes.
34 minutes till the end of the show. Get your guesses in, and I will go through chat at the end of the show, and I will review chat to see if anybody has won. Well, no, somebody will win. Whoever's closest will be the winner. And that'll be that. Brilliant. Great stuff. Squeaky, thank you very much for joining us, mate. Great to have you on the show.
Yeah,
And
cheers.
thank you very much for all the spinners.
Right.
There we go. That was the wonderful Squeaky FPV. Thank you very much for that, dude. He has donated those to the show as a prize, free, gratis. And of course, we're going to pimp his printing services. So you can find him on the Faceballs. Just do a search for Squeaky FPV on Facebook and you will come across him. Same here. He can be on the next show. Who can?
Fail safe.
We already have.
We'll
We
think
already
about
have
it.
a guest booked for next show. We do. We have a bona fide guest. We're going to be talking to the man, the man behind Rotor Hazard.
Shh.
What was it? A secret?
Yeah, we shouldn't give this stuff away.
Yeah, of course we are. We're going to pimp him. So join us in 2 weeks' time, where we will be talking to Hazard FPV, the man, the myth, the legend behind the Rotor Hazard timing project. So yeah, look out for more of that coming up soon.
And that is DJI compatible, by the way.
Compatible. If you watched Bardwell's latest video, which contained a few inaccuracies about Rotor Hazard and just how powerful it is, so hopefully we'll set the record straight on that a little bit. It was a great video from Bardwell, it was really good, but there are a few bits and bobs that they just didn't quite have the experience of, and we'll fill in those gaps for you, and also we'll have a word with Hazard and talk about the project and where it came from and where it's going. So that'll be really cool. It's a full show this week because it's already time. Can you guess? Chat? Have you guessed? It's time. Hold on, I've lost my thing. It's time.
Where's your cue gone, sir?
I
Where's
can't
your
find
cue
the
gone?
button. Here it is. It's time for tip of the week with RC Maniac. No, that's Squeaky. With RC Maniac.
Hello.
RC Maniac.
Evening, dude. How you doing?
I'm alright.
It's been a heck of a week. So, what do you think to being able to go out and fly soon?
I cannot wait. I have a little something waiting for its maiden, which you can just about see.
I can see some wires.
So we're talking about the tip of the week, and you've got a little something.
What the deuce?
Sneak peek.
I'm not doing that, by the way. That's not me moving things around. Yeah, I've got the wing to maiden. I've got the DJI to maiden. I've got an entire set of goggles to maiden. Oh, diopters! My diopters came for my DJI goggles.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
they are flipping awesome. They're really good. For 60 quid, if you're a bit gimpy in the old eye department, I definitely recommend some prescription diopters for your DJI goggles. Much better than trying to cram your bins into the thing. It's difficult.
I've been planning to get some diopters for my Fat Sharks for a while, but I need to get my prescription updated first.
Yes, that is a slight problem because you can't really go and have an eye check at the moment, can you?
I think you can, but I don't quite know how it works with social
Yeah,
distancing.
it's kind of going to be a bit difficult, like from the other side of the room.
Apparently you can. I'm being told that you can.
You can, but I mean, it's 15 minutes of your optician breathing on you, isn't it? I'm not sure about that.
I actually got a letter the other day from the optician saying I was due for a checkup. In worryingly big font.
Oh, dearie me. Right then. Well, you join us again. Thank you for your continued presentation of the tip of the week. Are you ready, mate?
Right.
Just for a second.
I'm ready as I'm ever going to be.
Okay, then for this tip of the week, RC Maniac, take it away.
So, it's funny that wings have been mentioned because this one is some iNav tips. And everything's not quite in the right place, of course. Bring that across and bring that across. There we go. So, with iNav, the default GPS configuration is usually as such: U-blocks and ground assistance disabled. This is an okay way of doing it, but A, limits the number of satellites you can get and how quickly you can get them, and also how quickly your position updates. So not all GPS modules support this first one, but it's always worth a try. If you change from U-blocks to U-block 7, that will double your update rate. In fact, I can show you. Look at U-blocks and plug this in. So it's beeping and reboot. Come on. That's if I go over to GPS, I won't get a signal because I'm indoors. But you can see the update time is 5 Hz at the moment. Good, but we can do better. So we go into configuration and change U-blocks to U-block 7. Like I said, this doesn't always work, but when it does, it's very helpful. Because we now go to GPS, update time 10 Hz. We've doubled our update rate, so we get a new position twice as fast, which is always helpful. The next one, back to configuration, which I'm fairly certain most if not all modules will support, is turning on ground assistance. And it simply pick the one that's right for your area, so in this case, European. Save and reboot. Those are the two easy ones to do. Like I say, unfortunately as I'm indoors, I won't be able to properly demonstrate this, but turning on ground assistance will get you a few more satellites and it'll get them quicker, so you get a more accurate location. The final GPS upgrade requires the command line, and it involves no, not that.
What's the command?
It involves this variable here: GPS U-blocks use Galileo. If you set that to on, you'll find your satellite number goes from about maxing out at 10 to over 20, and you'll get satellites so much quicker. Instead of on the order of a few minutes getting off satellites, usually I find with this, I get enough satellites to arm and fly with no issues by the time I've got my goals on and I'm all ready to go. And I was hoping I'd get a satellite link, but as you can see, still no satellites yet, so unfortunately. Save.
Is that because they're all in space?
It's because I'm inside.
And the satellites are in space?
Yeah. The main issue being the roof between us. Yeah. So, as much as I would like to show you this working, you're kind of just going to have to take my word for it, unfortunately. But trust me, it works. I use it on all my iNav wings. Failsafe agrees in the chat, so... Yeah.
Clive asked a really good question. Does that work on Emu and Betaflight?
I don't know anything about Emu, and I think it will work on Betaflight, but I haven't personally tried it.
So your mileage may vary, Clive. All
Yeah.
you can do is give it a try.
Matt, can you use Galileo on RG-Pilot, or is it enabled by default? With RG-Pilot, which I happen to know quite a bit more about than usual, given what I've just built, which is a challenge. Galileo is not enabled by default, but you can enable it and it should work. Although it can be a little finicky because it's just always a little more finicky. But if you use the uBlock's PC software to set what constellations you use directly, then it should work a lot better. That's what I had to do, and I think it works. Like I said, it hasn't been made in yet, so I can't really say for certain.
So we're not really sure, but that was a really good tip.
Time will tell.
I'm gonna have to get my wing out now and check my GPS settings.
Yes. Would you like a bonus tip?
Yes, always.
We swap back to here. Let's see if I can remember what this one is. Nav underscore. Yes. So nav underscore FW underscore allow underscore manual underscore THR underscore increase. Turn it on. By default, it is off. But
What does it do?
by turning it on, it allows you to override the automatic throttle when in modes such as return to launch or loitering. So any automated flight modes where it's doing the throttle itself, if your settings of that aren't quite right, if you have this setting turned on, you can override to give you more throttle so you don't end up in the top of a tree for that instance.
I really feel the need to tell my wing in the top of a tree story. So what was it? Was it 2016 or 2017?
Please let it be 17.
I don't know. But basically, I went to the drone show at the NEC with Cerberus and Evil Bobbins and I can't even remember who else. Bunch of other guys. Anyway, and I bought a wing from some vendor, and I can't even remember who that was. And I set this thing up over the space of the next sort of 48 hours, and it was between Christmas and New Year, and we'd gone to the local golf course, and I threw the wing, and it careered into the ground, and I made a few changes, and threw it again, and it went up, and it was flying really nicely. I put my goggles down, I had no FPV feed. No FPV feed at all. This thing's disappearing into the distance. So all I can see is a dot in the distance. I'm trying to line of sight this back on an X-Lite, because I'd also got an X-Lite that Christmas. Worst radio I've ever used, Cerberus. And I managed to bank the plane round. It's coming back towards us, and it flies straight into the top of a clump of trees. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I trudge over and into this little foresty bit, and I can hear it when I blip the throttle. I can hear the motor spinning up. I can't see this plane at all. About 10 minutes later, one of the guys who was with us comes running in to this little wooded bit, going, "There's smoke! It's on fire!" And I'm like, "What?"
It was fully on fire.
I could see a thing from the ground. We managed to recover one wing that day, so I literally went home with a wing. And didn't have the fuselage, didn't have the other wing, couldn't find the rest of it. And the Killer Quads guys very kindly went out the next day or the day after with ladders and big poles, and actually managed to recover the rest of the aircraft from the tree it was in. But yeah, that was quite funny.
It was good. It was really high up the tree as well.
It's about £200 worth of aircraft that I was just incinerated.
Yeah, it was
nothing
great.
Survived,
and you could see the smoke signals from miles around. It was mad, totally mad. There we go. That was.
Yeah,
I can't wait to go out and do mad stuff like that again.
These settings here are what that setting allows you to override, by the way. So if you find that on return to launch you are losing altitude and you need to override it, it's cruise throttle that you need to increase. Well, all three of these.
Does that affect auto takeoff as well?
Auto takeoff is a completely different set of settings to these.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, they are all done through the command line at the moment.
I happen to have Painless 360's auto launch settings as a text file that I can import.
Ah, that's handy.
Yep.
Yeah, with auto
Good
launch,
guy he is.
I'd say for the throttle, go either 42,000 or 1950.
That's quite high.
Well, the higher it is, the more chance you've got of getting the airspeed you need to get into the air.
So what
got
you're
the
saying
throttle,
is you need it high to get it up.
Yeah,
Of course.
sounds reasonable. Well, that, as ever, is an awesome tip of the week from RC Maniac. Thank you very much, dude.
Thanks, RC Maniac.
We will see you in a fortnight for your next tip of the week.
I'll think of another thing now.
That was good. That was. He puts the effort in, doesn't he? Every show, he puts the effort in. He does. He knows all the things, and I'm really glad I haven't flown my wang yet, because now I can go and change all those settings. You do, yes. We need finishing of the big pink wang. Look, you've been.
Mine's bigger and pinker. What you can't see.
Oh dear.
With my big pink wang, other than it's
Nothing wrong with
incomplete.
your big pink wang. It's great. Right.
We can barely hear when it's blue. Well, listen more carefully.
I have to click you off when I switch between you and RC Maniac. I have to turn you on and off again on that. Sometimes I forget.
Shocking.
Right, well, this brings us neatly on. It doesn't bring us neatly on at all, I'm pretending. This brings us on to the photo of the fortnight. I can't remember what it was about. What was it about?
What's the oddest thing you've ever seen in your goggles from the
Oddest
air?
thing you've seen through your goggles.
That's a winner.
That's a worry.
That's brilliant. I totally approve of that. Who was that?
I can tell you who that was. That was him there.
Oh,
I think he's got his microphone muted. Are you muted, mate? So that is Squeaky FPV's lad. Now I can reassure you. You can probably see in the bottom that was a whoop. That was a whoop. Did you fly that directly into his face?
No, he chases it round the garden. That was in my old place. I've recently moved within the last couple months, so now I have no garden.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all good. So yeah, he chases my whoop about, and he's basically my turtle mode when turtle mode doesn't work.
my kid does that as well.
It's only probably about 2 there.
Oh, bless.
So he's so funny with him.
that is a sight. As a dad, that is a sight you don't really want to see through your goggles.
He was okay afterwards. He was all right.
So that was Squeaky FPV's entry, flying his whoop into his child's face. Yeah, look, it got closer. Look. That's pretty good. That's it. It's all over. This one is RC Maniac. Hold on. Is this? I think this is a 3-part set. That's a worry. That's yeah, somebody else's quad, unless you've had an out of quad experience. Well, okay, well we've got him here. So what was that about?
So the first one was there was I think a plastics fire at a factory or something nearby, which is what the big black ominous plume of
what
smoke
was the
was.
smoke's about. Yeah, I see all the smoke now.
If you go back to the first one, you can actually see where it's coming from.
Hold on. Yep. There you go. That's
Which was very unexpected.
that is a significant amount of smoke, isn't it?
Yeah, it was quite a big fire, apparently. I couldn't find a link to the news report
No,
about it, though.
So Lavender's just said, "Is that where I crashed my plane?"
Can you tell Lavender off for stealing my gags? Because that's what I was about to say. Right.
Everyone's picking on me.
So that's RC Maniac's 2 entries. He can't win because he's a presenter on the show, but good on him for trying.
The second and third one there
Yeah.
was I think was a near miss. It may have actually hit, I can't quite remember. But that's while I'm desperately trying to come into land because my battery is hanging off my wing at this point after already having hit once whilst I was trying to change a setting on my goggles. So I couldn't see that I'd been hit. I just got told that I'd been hit.
Who was it? Who was the person that hit you?
I don't remember. I want to say it
I
was
reckon it was
Sheriff.
probably Bearman. I'm going to blame Bearman.
I think he was there that day, so he's in the chat. So if
So
you
if you've
remember,
never been to a Killer Quads race practice session, there you go. There's an aerial view of a Killer Quads race practice session. Coming back soon, because Boris says we're allowed. Okay, so coming up on the next one, this is another one that RC Maniacs had a thumb in the pie, because this is the wormhole. The first ever wormhole that was deployed on a whoop night at the Winter Whoops, brought to you by Killer Quads. And that is Bearman shooting the wormhole. It does look kind of cool, doesn't it? Bearman in chat is claiming that that's Sheriff's quad. I don't know. I think we're just blaming Sheriff because he's not here. Now, I've got to move on. I've got to move on quickly before you all start counting those SMA spinners. Right, what else, who else did we have? I think that was it.
I think that was it. I already know. I've already chosen my winner. I know who's won.
Entries. Well, we're going to throw it open to the chat. Chat, you've seen the pictures, so we want to hear your opinion. Who's managed the best photo of the fortnight this fortnight on KWADeRATIC for the challenge of the weirdest thing you've seen through your goggles? Who are you voting for, Winterblue?
Oh, it's got to be Squeaky FPV with the kid, and Lavender agrees with me on that one.
I think I've got to vote for Squeaky, just literally for the look on the poor chap's face. I mean that's
a winner. It's just an absolute winner.
Look at that. It's just poor kid. But it's good. I've been hit in the face by plenty of whoops. It doesn't hurt too badly. It's all right. So Clive's going for Squeaky as well. Hey Gigi.
Beerman says
The
Squeaky
cat's
as well.
voting for Squeaky. Gigi, personally do.
Finley says Squeaky. I think Squeaky's got it.
You've won. You've won, Squeaky. We can go live to our special guest, Squeaky. What's going on there? Squeaky's camera doesn't like me. What are you doing? Hold on. Let's do a live adjustment. No, don't do that. It'll be fine. No, what deuce? Oh, I hate computers.
That's why you work in IT.
There we go. That'll have to do. Squeaky FPV, you have won the signed prop and some stickers. Congratulations. I don't know where the stickers are. As usual, I don't know where the stickers are.
I'm not at home, so I can't even brandish stickers at the camera.
There you go. Stickers.
Yay!
Grease cleanser, apparently. I don't know what that's even for. There we go. So well done. RC Maniac, yes. We are also this week, I think we're able to include some RC Maniac stickers. How good is that? Look at that. RC Maniac stickers. So we will get those sent out. Obviously, there will be the usual delays due to COVID. I've got a queue of props at the moment waiting to go out. They will go out, I promise. It will be a thing. So hold tight if you are owed a prop. It is on its way.
Eventually. We'll get there.
Well, it will be fine. So I mean,
It's a quality production. This stuff takes time and planning.
Well, I'm going to be allowed out of the house soon. 22nd of March, I think.
2022.
Yeah, no, 22nd of March. My vaccine comes to fruition, and I'm fully covered.
Hey, no.
Yeah, it's 20 days.
Yeah, that's for 65%, and then you've got to have your other one.
Oh, I'm 65% covered, and then I've got to have one of the cats causing chaos. So.
Get back.
But it's all going to be all right. Numbers are coming down. It's all going to be great. I'm so looking forward to going flying. I really am looking forward to going flying. So you've got to get the big pink wangs finished.
Yeah.
Finish. And I heard a rumour that you found your Tango 2.
I did find my Tango 2, and then I turned it on, and it went SD card failure.
Oh.
So
handy.
I fixed that, and then I did a firmware update, and it got into a firmware update loop, and it was a complete nightmare. And this is why you should never use OpenTX.
Last time I did a firmware upgrade on OpenTX, I deleted all of my models by accident.
Exactly. OpenTX is rubbish.
I wasn't that happy. I wasn't that happy.
I mean, I've only got one model on my Tango 2, but even so, it was. No. Coming from DJI, where you plug it in and it works, going to OpenTX is horrific. And I used OpenTX for like 5 years.
It'd be interesting to see what the new controller is like, because Tango 2 and the DJI controller version 2 look fairly similar.
They do.
So,
Finley, I might message you in another day, perhaps.
I'll have it once a week.
Veronica about shipping to the UK. Really? Their batteries aren't half bad.
What? Oh, you've lost me. I don't know what you're talking
Clive.
about. Oh.
So Clive in the chat says, in more good news, Ovonica shipping to the UK again. So they make some pretty good batteries, or have done in the
buy
past.
Buy some lipos. Buy all the lipos.
Especially failsafe, because he's only got like 3.
Get more lipos. What the deuce?
You can never have enough power.
Madness. Just madness.
What's next week's competition? What's this week's competition going to be, Cerberus?
I was trying to remember. That's why I was quiet for a second. Right, I think we're going for... we've had a suggestion of the thing in your flight bag that for some reason you never use, but you still keep it in your flight bag. That's a little complicated, that one, isn't it? Okay, so everybody, hang on, like make sure you've got this right. It's the thing in your flight bag that's still in your flight bag, but that you never use.
So, for those of you who can't see what Squeaky's just sent to the internal chat here, his response was rape whistle, because that's the one thing he keeps in his bag that he never needs.
I almost feel sorry for him.
What's worrying me is Lavender's now rummaging through her drawers and she doesn't have a flight bag.
Perhaps she's got a rape whistle. Don't know.
She looks innocent.
Failsafe says the DJI controller won't work with an air unit. It only works on the FPV drone.
That is the current rumour mill, yeah. That's what people are saying. Whether or not that's true, we won't know.
Surely that would be suicide. Bless you. What the...
Of course, I now have Rebel.
It's yes, that's pertinent to my interests. I will.
No, it's not.
Sorry.
Have you just given it to the dog and it's not actually a dog toy?
You're going to make that into a thing for me.
Oh, I'm gonna make that fly. Apparently,
it's not a dog.
Just by chucking it across the room.
I'm going to turn that into some kind of flying machine.
Squeaky bug. Hey, no,
So we're going to have a squeaky pig flying machine. If anyone wants to donate parts towards that, please let me know. I'm looking for flight controllers, motors.
No rush.
Um,
I can get stuff.
Yeah,
A
just
flying squeaky pig.
Stuff.
Of course. Why not?
Yes, we remember the dead
No,
cat
it was
copter.
horrible. Right, so has everybody got their heads around the next competition? Have you figured it out? Because it's a complicated one this time, and last time we did a complicated one.
What have you got in your bag that you never ever use but refuse to take out? So for me, the thing I have in my bag that I never ever use but never take out is a pair of pliers. I've had a pair of pliers in my flight bag now for 4 years, I think, and I've never actually used them once.
For me, it's probably broken props. Like, for some reason, I'll open my bag at the field and I'm like, why am I carrying around broken props? Stick it on a wing.
Stick it on the wing, then we can have smoked bacon. I'm not planning on setting fire to any more wangs.
No more burning wang. That sounds like it should be a song, Burning Wang. That is about us done, I think. We are coming up to the hour. It's been an interesting one with more than the usual supply of audio issues and with a fantastic guest. So I've got lots of thank yous to say. So let's get him back on screen. Mr. Squeaky FPV. Thank you very much, sir, for coming on the show.
Did you catch that, sir?
Did I catch what?
We have to pick a winner.
I'm working my way towards it.
All right.
I'm shuffling towards it slowly but surely. Yes, thank you for coming on. Thank you for your kind donation of a prize, and we can now say that has been a winner that actually managed to get it absolutely correct. In fact, 2 people got it absolutely correct, but the first person that got it absolutely correct, I'll do the drum roll, and then Squeaky, you can do the announcement. The winner is...
It's Clive.
Clive has won
Congratulations,
a print
Clive.
of his choice. So we will get you together with Mr. Squeaky FPV, and he will do you a printage. That's very cool. Thank you very much, Squeaky. Thanks for coming on, and I will see you out there in the real world very soon, I hope.
There is no real world.
And also thank you as always to Mr. Tip of the Week, RC Maniac. Thank you, dude. Great tip this week.
No problem.
Thank you, RC Maniac.
And we will see you again next week. Thank you to there we go, click. I have to click all these buttons now. Thank you very much to chat for coming along. Bearman's out there, Clive's out there, Finley's out there. There have been a few people out there tonight. It's been great. Thank you for coming along. You guys
You can't say that.
you guys make this show much more camp. Apparently.
Oh my goodness.
What the deuce? You guys.
Yeah, I'd just like to come back to our disclaimer. Any views expressed by any member of the show, participant, or anybody, and do not represent the views of Killer Quads or any member of Killer Quads. Please don't sue us.
What's in this, but there we go. You guys make this show much more fun, having an audience out there to talk to. Congratulations, Clive, on your win. We will put you in touch with Squeaky FPV. Good night, Finley. Make sure all of your homework's up to date. So thank you guys for coming along.
Finley. I tell you what, I do genuinely feel a little sorry for Finley because he is only young and he does get the mick taken out of him because he is so young.
He is a good kid.
But he is. Have you seen, just on a side note, have you seen him fly around a virtual racetrack?
I did see one of his Instagrams the other day. He's fairly brisk, isn't he? He's fairly brisk. We're going to have to get him to a race practice session and put him against the lads and see where he stacks up.
He'll do better than me, that's for sure.
He'll definitely do better than me. I think it must be about a year since I had my thumbs on some sticks, and I haven't flown for even longer.
And on that bombshell.
All that leaves me to do then, to bring the show stumbling to an anticlimax, is to say thank you very much to the Winter Blue, my partner in crime on the KWADeRATIC show, for being with us again. Thank you to Lavender, pan left. Okay, just see, there you go, Lavender, back up, Heckler extraordinaire. Well done, top work from you. So take care, dude. I will talk to you soon, and I will see you next week on the KWADeRATIC show. A big thank you to Heckler #1 over there in the background.
Bye.
who's been shouting out rude words all the way through. So if you've heard anything like that, then blame her. So that's it. We're done. Thank you guys for tuning in to another KWADeRATIC. Join us again in 2 weeks time, where the photo of the fortnight is something from your quad bag that you keep in there but for some reason you never use, and you should probably take it out. We'll be joined by special guest Hazard from Rotor Hazard fame to talk about his part in his lap timer project. We'll have RC Maniac 98 back for the tip of the week, but only for a second, and more general mayhem. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you all again very soon. Stay safe out there, and I don't really have something special I say, so click subscribe and like the smash out of the fuck button, and we'll see you in a fortnight. Bye.